Master Mingtong, welcome to the Always Better Than Yesterday podcast. How are you?
Wonderful. My pleasure. So wonderful to be with you, with all the audience. Yeah.
One of the things that I've really been looking to do over the last few years, I have a wife, I have two children, I run a business. I've really been looking at trying to embody some of the wisdom I've been fortunate enough to receive from my guests, and I love that this is a topic near and dear to your heart.
I'm so happy you opened up this conversation this way, make it really personal.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping that our audience can listen and share in some of the wisdom that you've amassed over this lifetime and that you share so amazingly through your organizations. But maybe we can start through the journey of your own path of mastery.
Right, right. So for anyone if totally new to Qigong or heard of it, but don't have no idea yet, just give you a sense of, comfort. Yeah, it's not something, exotic or alien, or something just from China. It's really a simple way, simple practice for you to connecting with your own mind, body, heart, spirit, discovering the energy inside of you so you can be more relaxed, more open, more connected. So many benefits we can explore in this conversation. So I just want to say, like you are doing Qigong already without
Mm,
knowing.
beautiful.
The difference is we're learning consciously how to work with energy, then become a conscious practice. And that is different from just like, okay, living life, whatever routine, whatever, habit, whatever experience we used to, and most time in the mind. So let me come back to my journey. So I did not discover Qigong, and even I grew up in China. I moved to US like in my early 20s. I was 22 years old. Actually, honestly, I never heard of Qigong when I was in
Mhm.
China. And so I discovered Qigong in the US, in Columbus, Ohio, when I went to graduate school in fine arts and learned from a woman, white skin woman, local in the area, teaching Tai Chi in the Qigong. And I was like fascinated. Was someone, would teach something so Chinese? I don't know anything about it. So, but we became friends first. So then I started to kind of went to her class, experiencing, very simple practice, but was profound actually, simple. But when I reflecting back, it's like, wow, finally, first time I experienced something so calming, so simple, and something I can do. But because I have a severe illness, including sclerosis and asthma condition, and I was sick my whole childhood. So when
Mm.
I tried yoga, I couldn't do it. When I tried Tai Chi, too complicated, I couldn't do it. And Qigong suddenly become so simple, so accessible, and I didn't know anything about Qi at the time.
Mm.
It's like, okay, feels different, feels subtle, feel more calm, more settling. Like first time you feel comfortable inside of your skin. You know what I mean? That's very rare, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then become more curious. And she gave me few books, which is written in Chinese, actually asking me to kind of translate some of the section for her. So become really fascinated. More I read it, more I discover like total shock. It's like, wow, this being there for thousands of years in China, but hardly know to the mainstream at all. And so the movement in China, Qigong movement started in like later 70s, but that's its beginning of the movement in China. Until then, the whole teaching practice, actually a lot of cosmology idea is in the culture. People talking about Qi all the time.
Mm.
Tao's the philosophy, way of, living with the nature, harmony in the nature, and also Confucius idea of harmony in the families, and the
Mm.
Buddhist idea of, be kind and be, cultivating your compassion, virtue, and also, stillness and so on. These are all familiar, right?
Mm.
But the practice of Qigong is in underground until even in China, like 50, and I say 60 years ago. And so I was shocked, discovered by reading more, then get really fascinated and start to practice more kind of on my own. And luckily, I have a good discipline. So I have creating my personal practice consistently. And that's often very difficult to do. Most people is like, it's the most difficult part. But then eventually I went to China, and that was shocking to stay eventually, like first is 1 week long, then 1 month long, then 2 months long, eventually 2 years living in the center, which is a medicineless Qigong hospital. And people usually go there after tried everything, pretty much everything. I don't have to make a list, everything. So final result, this combined body Qigong practice, still new in China at the time for the mainstream. So my teacher, who is a physician in Western medicine, but also expert in traditional Chinese medicine, and he ended up using Qigong for health, for healing, for recovery. And so he letting go of the profession, opening a big Qigong center in China. It's famous, called Medicineless Qigong Hospital. And the time I went there was like 3,000 people there and practiced together, not just like a few hours a day, 8 hours, 10 hours a day for whole months at a time.
Wow.
So intense. So the healing was like happening, often we call as a miracle. People recover from these incurable chronic condition. They've been struggling for decades, and that live with some of them like life-threatening, disease, of course, including cancer, leukemia, all kind of life-threatening disease. So in the beginning, I was like shocked. How could it be even possible? So when I started practicing, I had no expectation I can recover from my illness. I just want to feel better. Honestly, I want to feel happier because my childhood was unhappy. Not like, someone did wrong with me, just like the way growing up, I was adopted, actually lived with 3 different families. And I went back to my birth family. And so this underline of loss, disconnection, even sadness, is like part of my life. It's like shadow, follow me everywhere I go. Even though I came all the way from US to China, that shadow is still with me, Yeah, so by this diligent practice, by being in the center, observing this miracle healing, my mind started to open to this new possibility. And luckily, my discipline, my willingness paid off. So in 2 years, I just totally recovered from my asthma condition, which is caused by a trauma, childhood trauma. Then also recover totally from sclerosis. Now my spine is so flexible, probably more flexible than when I was 20 years old, and even more flexible than, average healthy young people. And that gave me so much vitality and freedom, but more importantly, joy. So I have been discovered everything I was looking for and much more, much more. That's my short story.
Yeah, that's beautiful. There's so much that I want to unpack there, but I want to make sure that we heard very clearly, loud and clearly, that hospital was a medicineless hospital.
Yeah.
So this is fascinating and really a topic that I'm really passionate about is our. I think so much is that we've forgotten. We've forgotten so much of this capability. I think we've outsourced our saviors outside of us, and I'm really looking forward to diving in. So tell us a bit about the organization that you run at this point, and then we'll dive into some more of the practices that you do.
Yeah, I've been teaching full time from like 2001. I started founding the Qi Center after I returned from the Medicine Qigong Hospital to US to live here full time. And I started to teach full time since then. So it's about 2 decades now. And eventually, about 9 years ago, I opened a retreat center right here behind me, actually, right behind me in Santa Fe. It's called Southwest Sanctuary. So that's where we're doing intense retreat from 1 week long up to months long. The longest retreat I did is 2 months long. And I teach just by myself most of the time, day and night, often 10 hours on the stage myself for 2 months even. And so that is like demonstration how Qigong not only helped me personally, but sustain me not only as a teacher, as a leader, as owner, founder of the organization, have a tremendous responsibility. I didn't grow up as a business owner or anything like that. I don't have any resources. I started everything from scratch. I do myself everything, then one assistant, right? Then 3 assistant, and eventually end up like 20, staff, have to pay every day, right? So I think many of you are familiar with that, right? You may own a big company, the responsibility like scary, continue scaring. But what I learned is more bigger the responsibility you are taking on. That means the responsibility you're taking care of yourself also become bigger. But often we miss that.
Yeah.
We dismiss that. Like now it's everything about a business goal, about someone else, about, whatever success, whatever numbers. Then we lose the connection internally. And that's the common phenomena for founder business leaders, unfortunately. And we push. I'm very familiar with that. I'm kind of workaholic myself, but luckily I have the Qigong practice support me. Not only when I'm teaching these months, I have more energy. When I'm not teaching, do all kind of activity, not only have enough energy, but more importantly, the creativity. So it's like the deeper driving force of energy. It's the principle is simple. When you awaken in the energy inside of you, it's in your heart, it's your 5 organ system, it's in your cells, it's in your bone, it's in your subtle energy field. When that energy is awakening, not just occasionally, but every day, awakening, opening, flowing again, then you just naturally feel alive, you feel creative, you feel passionate, and you feel purposeful, you feel like meaningful, you feel like, yeah, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm here. This moment, I'm alive. I'm living my destiny. I'm living my full potential. That's like amazing feeling. That's what we're looking for, actually. You change your job, change your business, change your relationship. What are you looking for? You're looking for that internal feeling of alive and connected and joyful, creative, passionate, and fulfilling. That's all we're looking for, basically. So we're looking for that in so many different ways, most of the time the wrong way. Outside of us, with something else, with, someone else, with a goal. But eventually, after you accomplish kind of temporary excitement, and then you're realizing does not fulfill you, does not last, actually creating even more stress. Yeah. More you want from external, more stress you're going to have.
Yeah.
Does that make sense for you, everybody? If you're listening, no question about it. Yeah.
Everybody knows. And I guess one of the things that I'm contemplating is the practice of Qigong. At what point is it my energy, and what point is it universal energy, and how do I know that how do I know the difference between?
Yeah. So in the beginning, here's like description of this process. It's more than a technique. It's more than, often we think, what practice is. It's a process. So the process like this, again, different teacher teaching differently. I'm sharing my unique way of approaching it. So the first step is connecting with your own body. Turn into your own body. So normally our mind is mental, thinking about it, concept and everything, right? And then also most time external. You externally engage with life, interacting, goal, whatever, you know. You look at the screen, you're lost, your mind's like hijacked by the screen, right? So here's like, okay, I'm making a new choice. Not only be aware of your own body, but you're returning to your own body. You're returning to your own body this moment. Feel your own body this moment. Experience your own body this moment. And then when you come back to your own body, of course, it will be a guided process. Say, oh, I'm feeling this sensation. You know, some comfortable, some are discomfortable, some are intense, some are subtle. You just become not only be aware of that, but you continuously go inwardly because your mind is powerful. Your mind can go out, your mind can think, your mind can problem solving, but your mind can also connect with your own body. So when you go inwardly, you're using the same mind in different way. Like, oh, I'm aware of my body feeling. Oh, I can visualizing certain things. I can discover, curious, what's inside my body? What's behind my sensation feeling? So what you're discovering is the energy. It's like this. On the first layer is the sensation. And the second layer is the feeling. Then the deeper layer is energy. Subtle energy is invisible, is subtle. And then you keep on going deeper and deeper over the time. Then the movement help you. Oh, I feel more subtle energy when I'm moving gently, softly, slowly. If you do exercise, you're not going to feel energy, okay? You're going to exhaust yourself. You feel temporarily good, but eventually you're like, you catch your breath, right? You're like, oh, I'm moving slowly, gently. I'm experiencing my body, experiencing the relaxation, the softness, the gentleness, the slowness. Then the subtle feeling of aliveness coming back to you. It's a very different feeling. And so then you go deeper, slow other practice, such as sound. Okay, I want to work with my emotion, for example. The sound help you to open your heart, open your kidney, open your digestive system, open your 5-organ system. And that is associated with your emotional body. So when you feel anxious, you go to your kidney system. You make the sound like this. Yeah. Also soft sound. Now when you make the sound, you feel it. You feel the sensation, the vibration in your body. Something is opening inside of you, not as a concept. Yeah. And the energy awakening, opening. So the energy is inside of you, by the way, but they're stuck, they're contracted, they're stressed. So when the energy is contracted, then all the function is compromised. The physical function depends on it. Your emotional experience depends on it. Your mental, spiritual capacity depends on it. So it's contracted. But it's not like, oh, the energy is bad, something's wrong. If you can do something, opening the energy again, shifting from contraction to openness, from stagnation to flow, from disconnection to connection again, then suddenly all the function come back, returning to moving towards optimum function. So recovery naturally happen. So it's not about getting rid of something. It's not about fixing all the problems. It's not about diagnosing. What is my problem? What is my problem? You know, what is my history causing this problem? Trying to get rid of the history. You can't. History happened already.
Yes.
But this moment, you can access your energy, change the pattern inside of you. So when do that, then everything changes. So come back to your question. In the beginning, you go internally. Oh, whatever sensation, feeling in my body is my energy. Become more aware, more connected. And over time, you're cultivating this capacity of transformation, change. Transformation is simple. Shifting from contraction to openness. That's it. Everything we do is just about opening the energy. So it's not complex, not like, oh, balance, 5 elements, and the yin and the yang, or have diagnosed what's the problem, do something different for different problem. None of that. Just open. just open. And actually just teach a class today. I tell students, only thing you need to do in your whole life for Qigong practice going to change everything. Just open your energy.
Yeah.
Right. So like everybody got it mentally, but then when you do it, you
Yeah.
have to come back to that simplicity because our mind tends to be fixed on the problems and trying to fix whatever the problem you diagnose yourself or being diagnosed by others. Then the mind's not focused on the energy. So you're limiting yourself. So that's often is kind of challenge part of it. But during the practice, we're also learning to connect internally as well, connecting externally. So feel the energy of the earth, Mother Earth, Pachamama, that power, that presence. You can imagine it. You can intimately connect with it, feel your feet, and feel the energy of the universe, the infinite universe above us, acknowledging the subtle energy, visible, invisible of us, and acknowledging all the energy in front of you, behind you, left side of you, right side of you. So the idea is you start to have feeling you are in the middle of this ocean of energy of the whole universe. That ocean of energy is life, is creation, is presence. And so
The
in
kingdom
the
of heaven
beginning,
is at hand.
right. So in the beginning, you feel like, oh, I feel supported by this ocean of energy. You're more settled. Then more you do practice, you feel that energy is also moving into you to nourish you, energize you. That's how we sustain ourselves in life. And then you're realizing this energy is continuing this pattern of expansion from inside to connect with outside, from outside flow deep inside. So this flow is the essence of life. Then when you realize it's like, oh, not important. It's my energy or not my energy. It's like you are this universe.
We
You
are
are
one.
this life. You are this river continues flowing. So the people are thinking, oh, it's my energy, your energy, or then negative energy, or good energy, continuing this battle, in this struggle. So I love it when you mention the source energy, universal energy. That means you're letting go of this idea based on judgment. Good energy, bad energy, your energy, my energy, different energy, what's wrong with that, whatever. You're like, oh, universal energy.
Yeah.
That means you're opening beyond this relative identification, acknowledging it's not a belief system. You can experience it, slow your practice. That's pure energy. It's neutral. It's unconditionally loving, unconditionally present, infinitely available for all of us. And you are just one manifestation of this infinite energy in the physical form, but also you carry the subtle energy as well. You see yourself only physical, but you can feel the subtle energy you carry as who you are. So that's paradoxic. You are complete.
Yes.
By yourself, but you are infinitely connected with the universe same time. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
We are small, but also big. Simultaneously true. We're complete, but we're not like, infinitely, identify as ego, whatever your identification, it's like, oh, is this drop in the ocean. So I can experience in the drop as well the ocean same time.
That's so powerful. I've got a couple of follow-on questions. One is, what in the modern world blocks the flow? And we'll go with that one. What in modern life? We've got business owners, we've got leaders, we've got families that listen to this. What are some of the things that maybe they're not even aware of? Maybe they've come to this belief system and feeling with it. This is just how it is. Maybe I'm getting older. Maybe this is just the product of getting older. How might your observation and awareness invite?
So different way of looking at it, but one most effective way I look at it like this, ultimately is caused by stress. Caused by stress. But then when we think of stress, we're thinking, oh, stressful circumstances, conditions. Then we do everything trying to control the circumstance, condition. Then we become more stressed, more contracted. Yeah. So, but when we go internally, it's a different story. So this stress is not just every day, but it's like accumulative. So you have been carry all the stress, including childhood trauma, without realizing it. But the point is, your body is carrying the stress. Your nerve system, your 5 organ system, your muscle, your tissue, it's all carry this stress. So the deep cause of the problem is a disconnection. Your mind disconnect from the body when you're living above here in the head. You're living in the mental world, living in the digital world nowadays. Yeah, more. So you're not aware of the body. The body is like, do exercises, trying to, improving the function, pushing everything, possible to accomplish you want. The body like carry on, finally breaking apart. Eventually, sooner or later, burnout. Yeah. And then people like often diagnosed with these severe illness, even incurable condition, then people feel like shocked. Oh, I've been, active. I've been, eating healthy, doing all the exercise. Why this is happening to me? I have good gene, whatever. Because you're not realizing the stress. Every day, the body is carrying the stress. So when the mind and the body disconnected, you're not aware of the body carry the stress until the body say, no more, I cannot do this anymore. So when we diagnose with disease, what that means, the body is saying the old way of stress is not going to work anymore. It's asking you, pay attention, changing now. But the main thing is the body say, hey, come to me. I'm here. It's like the invitation, come back again. Then the healing can happen. Then the invitation of making new choice can happen. So stress is the one thing, but not the external circumstances. You can change to a certain degree, but in a small degree, you have control. But what is happening is internally, you have more control yourself, but you have to connect with your own body. So ultimately, the disconnection between mind, body is the cause of, not the cause of stress, but the cause of accumulative stress because you're not taking care of everyday stress. So then this accumulative cause causing more contraction of your mind, your body, your heart. Then it's causing more problem in your relationship, in your job, in your interaction, in the world, basically. So I see that as the ultimate cause of all disease, all suffering, all destruction, all problem we're experiencing right now. This disconnection between the mind and body.
In my observation of Qigong, I have seen people adopting a posture and it's very flow based, but it's almost like they're nurturing some energy ball that's in front of them. What might I be observing? What might the practice be doing when they're moving their hands in this kind of circular motion? Maybe you can enlighten me with that practice.
Yeah. Actually, I'd like to invite you, join us if you're not driving, okay? Put your hands like this, yeah. Relaxing, softly relaxing. Just letting, with intention, I'm letting go of any fighting, any resisting, letting go of any kind of unnecessary effort. Just simply opening slowly between your hands, opening slowly. And if it's safe, you can close your eye. Now keep it moving, opening a few inches slowly, then gathering a few inches, opening slowly. Now you playfully imagine you are holding a ball of energy like a balloon. When you open yourself, imagine the balloon expanding. When moving closer, imagine the balloon condensing. Continue a few times. Doing that as slow as you can, imagining the slow motion. inviting the gentleness, softness. Now noticing the sensation feeling. You may feel tingling sensation, you may feel warmness or fresh coldness. You may feel like a magnetic pouring between the hands. Yeah. Now do this like towards your brain. So 10 palms slightly just facing your brain. So gently kind of moving towards your brain, then opening and towards your brain with the intention. You're gathering the invisible energy to your brain, nourishing internally. Now opening, you're connecting with the infinite energy. Then gathering, nourishing the infinite depths of your brain. Opening. Now relax, softening your whole body. Just noticing the new sensation, feeling. A sense of relaxation, softness, gentleness, but also aliveness, awareness of your whole body. Now moving your hands down, slowly, comfortably in front of you, still with a sense of curiosity internally. What's the sensation, feeling inside of your chest, stomach? So whenever you're ready, gently open your eyes. How are you feeling, right?
Yeah, my hands are on fire, my palms.
See? Notice. It didn't do much. It's a different way of moving, not only your hands, but connecting with your body. Different way of connecting with life. Instead of striving, fast pace of life, it's like right now, another problem is the fast pace of life. The technology, the AI, the business, everything is fast forward, like lightning speed. The body leave behind. So your mind go forward, upward. So the practice is like, hey, coming back to this body, slow down, slow down. So when you slow down enough, you start to feel energy, you start to feel life, you start to feel yourself. And if you cannot slow down, you cannot experience life totally. You may accomplish a lot, but so what? You still feel unsatisfied. You know what I mean? Feel disconnected. Feel like something is missing. Yeah, unsatisfied, unfulfilled. So one thing I discovered is like, not only without connecting with your body, you cannot truly internally healing yourself, upgrading yourself, yeah, physically. And without connecting with your body, including your heart, you cannot really enhance your emotional capacity, capacity for love, for joy, for compassion. Without connecting with your body spiritually, you cannot fulfill your soul's purpose here. Period. And without connecting with your body, this moment, your experience is not complete. So you cannot truly totally fulfilling your whole potential, period.
Wow.
So not like, oh, I need to improve my body, I need to exercise, I need to, function into certain level, superhuman level. Now, these like you push to the point, you can break it down basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slow down, feel this body. Actually, I want to invite you to another simple meditation. Placing your hands on top of your chest and say these powerful words. Yeah. Simple, but powerful. If you're comfortable, close your eye. Without this body, I do not exist as a human being.
Without this body, I do not exist as a human being.
Without this body, I do not exist as a human being. Feel this truth. Yeah, any concept, any analysis. Feel the presence of your own existence. You're here because you have this body. because you have this body, you're human. Now continue the second truth. Without this body, I cannot experience life as a human together. Without this
body, I
cannot
cannot
experience
experience
life
this
as a
life
human being.
as a human being.
Without this body,
I
cannot experience
cannot
life
experience
as a human
life as a human being.
Feel this truth.
Feel this truth.
Simply embracing all the sensation, feeling, experience as human being inside your own body. The next truth. Without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime. Without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime. Without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime.
Feel this truth.
You can now reach in your own wholeness, completion of who you are, encompassing the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, the known, the unknown, the physical, non-physical. Everything where you come from, all the energetic imprints is in the body. Who you are this moment is in your body. And who you're becoming is also in your body. This body is beyond object. It's beyond a vehicle, a tool. It's beyond a house. It's beyond some kind of burden or prison. It's a manifestation, embodiment of who you are. Slowly, gently, open your hand. Softly, whenever you're ready, open your eyes. This is one of probably the most powerful discovery 2 years ago. And realizing this body is not what we think. And yet most of us mistaking this body, pretty much 99% of humanity mistaking this body as object, as a vehicle, as a machine, as even a problem to solve, something to get ready, something to bypass. Unfortunately, so this phenomenal bypass in the field, in education, in spiritual practice, in religion, in the way we think, in the way we behave, in the way we're raised up, it's all bypassing. And so because of that, I'm initiating a movement called Coming Home to Embodied Awakening. Reclaim your own body, your power, your purpose, especially at this age of AI and the new technology amplifying the disconnection. And we're outsourcing not only our mind to the AI, but actually eventually we can lose our body, then total lose our humanity. Because this urgency, I'm leading a movement, initiating the global movement called, just as the book you see behind me, and as part of this movement is launching this book. And finally, I decided to write it. So it can be launched at the end of March and really allow people to realize, awake to the new possibility I call new humanity before we lose it.
Beautiful. Thank you, first and foremost, for guiding us in that meditation. That was a privilege and honor. Thank you so much for doing that with such grace. And yes, I'm excited to talk about this book. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can see the book cover over Master Mingtong's shoulders. Where would you like to start about talking about this book? What was the process of distilling all the wisdom that you've gained in this lifetime? What did you really hope from the outset would be the core message of of this book and the transformation that it will facilitate.
Yeah. So in this book, really reflecting on my own personal life, so a lot of personal story and memoir, then reflecting on the whole problem we're facing, not only in the modern time individually, but collectively as human being, and diving deeper as I just, share a little bit in this conversation, the deeper cause of all suffering, disease, the disconnection of mind, body, now how we can find a way back. So I reflecting on the ancient wisdom, such as, Taoist, Buddhist, Qigong is part of it. And some of you may be familiar with the Four Noble Truths told by Buddha. And so acknowledging the first truth is suffering. We are suffering right now in a way way beyond, in the history even. So because the fast speed, all the stress, all the tension, we have all the comfort. Like life is like, on one hand we progress so much, right? Compare with the generation before, 1,000 years ago, with living such a comfortable life. But on the other hand, we stress. We will disconnect, fragmented. You're losing like the connection of family, losing connection with nature, connection with why I'm here. All that. It's like this level of suffering, the truth of suffering. And the second truth is that, there's cause for the suffering, deeper cause for suffering. So suffering is a symptom, disease is a symptom, the world problem is a symptom. But going deeper to the cause, so I, really share in depth, how you can discover the deep cause. Then eventually the third truth is the possibility of liberation. But you have to release the cause of suffering. So not just focus on symptoms, condition, problem. That's how we focus on. We're analyzing all the problem, then trying to solve all the problem. The problem is only a symptom. Whole medical field is about addressing symptom. Even functional medicine, rarely touching another layer of the cause. Just still another layer only. But when you go deeper, I'm sharing again in the book, giving the answer already, but you have to read more.
Yeah.
But this next one, most importantly, the path for liberation. So not just spiritual liberation, transcendental, bypassing, all that. It's like you're asking, if you look at a lot of spiritual tradition, trying to transcend everything, looking into next life, go to heaven. I'm asking the question, if you just come here looking for that, what's the point of coming here?
Yeah.
Why you want to be a human, living this whole life, just trying to transcend humanity? Or go to another planet, like, Elon Musk is doing? It's like so crazy thinking. And people don't look at that deeply. Then you have all the problem we carry, don't know what to do. Traumas, relationship problems, or the diagnosis, and looking for solution outside of us. So I'm offering the new solution is go inwardly. The new solution is using the ancient technology to create this new humanity. Otherwise, we're going to lose it. If we focus on just the new technology, which is happening in the speed of light, eventually we're going to lose our true humanity. One thing I ask the AI, what is the difference between you and me as human being? It's not like, the AI have a consciousness, the AI has a mind, can think, can process, can think much faster than human brain now. But the only difference is the AI cannot experience life, cannot touch, cannot smell, cannot see, cannot feel relationship, cannot feel pain and joy, cannot feel, disconnection, connection. The AI is just a machine. That's the difference. And you, as we are human being because we have this body, that's the awakening truth. So how to live with that truth? And that's the invitation about that, the book, the practice, the community, all these meditation, all different way of approaching life instead of problem solving, fixing, instantaneous, problem solving, gratification, instant fix that lead into more problem, even addiction. Yeah, total addiction.
What is the responsibility of leaders to go first with this wonderful invitation to come home?
Yeah, it's my hope. As the leaders, we take on more bigger vision, bigger missions, have greater impact. So when you discover your own inner truth, inner alignment, inner wisdom, that's very much to do with healing. So more you do this inner work, more healing happening. Is healing your trauma, healing your disconnection, healing the problems that you're not aware of. And then over the time, not only you internally discover who you are and deeper connection, alignment, whatever you do, externally. So basically, it's like your inner impact, the inner temple is aligned with the external temple you want to create. So the bigger internal, stronger internal temple is, then the greater impact you can offer to the world. And is only beneficial, if you do that. If something you can truly feel, compassion, love, fulfillment internally. Until you discover that, you cannot serve the world from that place.
And so you are I understand you have a partner. I understand you have children. You obviously said earlier around many people working within your organization, many clients that you serve around the world. What of these embodied practices are non-negotiables for you?
It's truly non-negotiable. I cannot imagine without my Qigong practice able to do what I do, sustain. It's so far, so many years, I'm wearing so many hats. I'm doing two-person's job all the time. Right now, I'm doing three-person's job with the AI. I love AI, working with AI. Nothing wrong with AI, but if you dig to it, depend on it. If you're not embodied, then the problem comes. So how to learn to work with the technology, same time connect with the internal technology, this body. That is my commitment. Honestly, it's not easy. So basically, the most important thing for me is consistent formal practice. Over the years, go slow period of time, 1 hour every day, 2 hours every day in the beginning of practice. Then I'm teaching so much, months of retreat. And so I have a lot of practice under my belt. But now I still practice at this minimum 30 minutes practice. That is cannot be compromised. But same time, I'm practice more often during the day. When I'm talking to you, I'm doing my practice. I feel my energy. So what is the ultimate practice? Is the mind-body connection. If I'm feeling connected, it's not easy when you're busy, when you're mental, when you're problem solving, your mind somewhere else. So more I can connect with my own body, more I'm energizing myself. So that's the secret I want to share with you. How to have more energy? Simply mind connecting with your own body. Where the mind goes, energy flows. So when your mind go inwardly, the energy go inwardly, charge yourself. That's it. That's a simple golden key. But in order to get to that point, you have to do the practice.
Beautiful. And where can people head to? Do you do online classes? How can people get involved in your world?
You have so many programs available. You can check it out, my kind of offering website, the chicenter.com, chicenter.com. And if you're interested in purchasing the book, and you can do pre-order now, and available on the site, go to mingtonggu.com. And also I offer other service, speaking and conducting any form of workshop for your organization, for yourself, even for your family, and offer one-on service and
Mm.
so on. So it's abundant opportunity I'm offering, and it's just my joy. It's the best thing I have discovered in my life, and now
Yeah.
I'm realizing this is urgent. Not only so many people need it, but we cannot wait for any longer. And that's why I'm passionately sharing this message through you, through many channels. Thank you for that.
Yeah, grateful I can spread this. I think it's a life. I can feel your heart work. Couple of questions left before we wrap up. Forgive the simplicity of this question, but what's the significance of your dress? I'd love to. It's a beautiful. I'd love to know the significance of it.
The color gold. You can see most of the color behind me, including the book. My
Yeah.
dress is gold. So it's like, everybody, we all have our personal color, right? For sure. But my personal color is yellow gold, but it's more so to do with energy I work with. It's
Hmm.
the energy of yellow and gold is to do with creativity, abundance,
Mm.
and it's about creation of life, the continuous transformation of life. So I feel very aligned with that. Thank you for asking. Feel
Yeah,
very good. Yeah. Mm.
do you know what? I love it. I love it when there's a deeper meaning behind things, and you're clearly a man of your devotion. And yeah, I could talk to you all day, my friend, but that would neither be a good use of your time. So I have a word here, always better than yesterday, and the word is called heart print. And the word really symbolizes the ripple effect that we have. It might be the 1 degree of impact of new possibilities, new idea. It might be the energetic imprint that we leave on people. With all the people that you're interacting with through your work, Master Mingtong, and the book that's going to be coming out, I'd like you to preflect on the end of your days on in this lifetime. And I'd
Mm.
just like to ask you, what do you hope that your heart print will be?
Mm. Yeah. I have lived fully, not just conceptually,
Mm,
embodied and wholeheartedly and fully able to embrace all my life experiences.
that's
That's my
beautiful.
destiny. I feel like that's my destiny of this reincarnation as human being. It's like life continue to be challenging, imperfect. And doing this work, it's not about making us perfect, making
Mm,
us, make life easier. No, actually, it's what the gift, true gift is that you start to feel more compassion, more love, more joy, more fulfillment
mm.
in spite of imperfection, in spite of challenges of life. That's the true gift. So I'm grateful. I've been continuously discovering more and more every day.
So powerful. And you're a man that's just expressing, mission and purpose and presence and experience. And, you just used the word destiny. I just wonder, I think this is important for people to come home and, like it says in your title, to awaken to purpose. How often are you contemplating words such as your destiny?
Yeah. Lately, I'm glad you're asking. This is come to my mind, my heart more often,
Mm,
and start to feel everything I'm doing is fulfilling my destiny. It's not mental, it's not intellectual analysis. And I went through these different kind of way of exploring using astrology, map out my archetype, look into my history, look into my past life to understand, why I'm here, what I'm doing, all that. But the deeper feeling is beyond that. It's just this feeling like, wow, I'm here, this moment, no question. Doing everything I'm doing is part of my destiny. Experiencing everything I'm experiencing as part of my destiny. And I have a conscious choice to be with that instead of, mindlessly fighting, resisting, and wishing it differently. I'm here to live my destiny. So it's not about changing my destiny. It's living my destiny. In the beginning, I have this idea I want to change my destiny, which served me actually many years. That was really beneficial. I'm here to change my destiny. I did actually. Look at my finger, line changes, and wow. But now I'm like, I'm living my destiny. That means continue exploring my full potential, moving towards whatever the next level of soul evolution. And so I give up fighting anymore, but on the other hand, I'm claiming the truth. And in a sense, I'm challenging all establishment, all the misconception about this body, about who we are. It's like in the Western world, the main conditioning, started with the car. I think, therefore I am. Everything is mental, just the mind, concept, interaction, all the stuff. Rational. It's this place for it. And the Buddha says, I'm aware, therefore I am. Let's go beyond just mind stuff. Now I'm feeling the gap, say, I feel, therefore I am.
Rather than leave us with a final thought, which is what I usually ask most of our guests, I understand that there's a particular track, piece of music that you're passionate about. I wonder whether we can end the show with the sharing of this meaningful piece of music.
Thank you. I'm so happy we can conclude this session together with such a beautiful offering. By the way, the song I created with AI, but from deep discovery of myself and the life. And the words is very simple. So I invite you to meditate and move your body.
Everybody is looking for something. Everybody is looking for someone. Everybody is looking for something. Oh, everybody is looking for someone. Everybody is looking for some. Everybody is looking for themselves. What they missing. Everybody is looking for their own body. Looking for themselves. Welcome home. Welcome. Everybody. Can you all say welcome to your own body? Welcome to your own. Welcome to your own. Say welcome to your own body. Welcome to your own body. Welcome to yourself. Welcome to your own body. Welcome to yourself. Welcome to your own body.
Thank you for the gift of this conversation. This has been one of my favorite episodes I've had in a very long time. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your energy. And I will now invite you to leave us a final thought from yourself.
Yeah, my repeated message is same. Coming back to yourself. By coming back to your body, you can discover everything you're looking for.
And so it is. Master Mingtong, thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate our time together. Enjoyed every moment of it.
Hey my friends, thank you for making it to the end. I hope that our time spent together today has left you a little bit better than before you push play. I'd really appreciate if you just took a moment to leave a review to allow me to meet more people where they are and hopefully leave them a little bit better too. If you're curious to know how I, through Always Better Than Yesterday, can serve you, your team, your organisation, then head to alwaysbetterthanyesterday.com to connect. And while you're there, let me know 1 or 2 things that you're going to do as a result of listening to this conversation. I absolutely love hearing your thoughts, your reflections, and the things that this spark in your own heart and mind. If you want more insights from my heart and mind, I do send out short episodes on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, and again, I hope that they serve you well. I appreciate you listening. I'm Ryan Hartley, host of the Always Better Than Yesterday podcast, a podcast for heart-centered leaders just like you. Keep leading, my friends. Always love.